Hello and welcome to Midwest Motorsports Tuesday night. That means it's time for GT4 action. This week we are at Lime Rock Park, the classic circuit. We're glad you're joining us tonight. Our road series is race number 8 of 20. Last race before off week. So everybody's going to lay it on the line in the bull ring of Lime Rock Park, especially the classic version. So there's no chicane, as you can see. Jason Phillips going over and past the chicane and up the hill, headed towards the downhill now. And a very special Tuesday night. We're glad you're with us. Thanks for tuning in on all the socials, including Twitch. Don't forget to type a chat in Twitch. Let us know you're here. Let us know who you're pulling for, who your favorite driver is, or maybe who your favorite paint scheme is. Tonight, right now we're riding with Jason Phillips. As you can tell, there's about 2 minutes left of qualifying, so everybody's getting their last few laps in. Another thing that makes this race special tonight is you don't have to hear my voice for the full hour plus. I'm joined in the booth with Aaron Holroyd. Aaron has been racing for a while, Midwest Motorsports veteran, and glad to have Aaron in the box with us. Aaron, you got us?
I got you, James. How you doing tonight?
Man, I'm great. Thanks a lot for joining me in the booth tonight. We'll see how things go tonight, but I'm very excited to have you here. The whole team is excited to have you, and looking forward to bringing your race experience, your sim rig experience, your track experience, all your GT4 and your oval series experience out to everybody that's watching on the stream. So welcome. What are you going to look for tonight at Lime Rock Park?
Well, first up, I'm glad to be here. Everybody's been nice talking to me, getting to know them and figure out how this whole thing works, and looking to get some of this action going. We're watching some of these guys on Lime Rock. Just looking forward to seeing what we can give tonight with some of the guys. We got a mix of the pros and amateurs running tonight. We got a couple fast amateurs in here. Looking at last week's and whatnot, we got a couple of them running really well. So looking forward to seeing what they have to bring to the Lime Rock. It's a fairly easy track, a little bit of navigation. You got the uphill and the downhills, a lot of right-hand turns. A lot of right-hand turns. We only got one lap, so they should be able to figure this truck out pretty well and have some fun doing it.
So yeah, like you mentioned, this is a pretty short circuit. We're down to the last laps of qualifying. Time has expired, so everybody's going to finish the lap they're on. We're riding with Johan DeRoy, the alien, as he's known on the Discord, going through the left-hander there, and less than a minute for a lap. 51.7 is the pole time right now of Max Bauer. Here they go uphill, skip the chicane, bypass that. So I've seen a lot of video as you can hear Johan DeRoy's car even over rev as he goes through the uphill past the chicane and already back down the downhill to complete another qualifying lap. His final chance to try to take over pole spot. Does he do it? Coming to the line, he's not purple, so it looks like Max Bauer is going to be on the pole. Josh Bloom second. Josh Bloom has had a couple of good races, 6 starts, so he missed one. Of course, you get 2 drops as the season goes on, but good to see Josh Bloom, another very fast qualifier. He's going to be on the front row. Jason Phillips, third, also third in the points after moving up 1 spot over Shea McNeely. It looks like Shea McNeely is missing from tonight, so that's kind of a surprise. I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, qualifying is up. The top spots have been decided. Michael Odell is the first AM, Justin Glickner second AM, starting 5th and 7th respectively. Aston Martin, Mercedes, Porsche, McLaren. So lots of variety on the track. Do you have a favorite manufacturer? Is there a big difference in the types of cars, Aaron?
I find there's a pretty good difference. I'm kind of set myself in the back foot. I like the Aston. That was the only car I ran. I wish I would have taken the chance to get the Mercedes and see how that goes. But I see a lot of Porsches in this field, and I feel like they have a better handle on things. As far as this track goes, they might be a little bit more of a horsepower track. As you see the Aston, you got Josh and the Mercedes up front. Johan's kind of on the back foot. You got your series leader and last week's race winner starting off at 4th, so puts him in a little tricky spot here. Hopefully they navigate turn 1 easy, as it's a big swooping right-hand turn, but we'll see how these guys go.
Yeah, that's a great point that you've mentioned about turn 1 and chaos. You know, I mean, a 51-second lap, if multiple cars get tied up, I wouldn't be surprised if we might even see a full course yellow. We'll have to see how things go and how itchy on the trigger finger our race control is. Josh Watt. Shout out to Josh Watt for running the Vale Twitch stream, and Colin Huffman working all the awesome cameras down in the broadcast truck down trackside. Let's see, we're still waiting for everybody to come to the grid. Adrian Fedorowski, Michael Zepp. Still waiting on you. Let's see. Yeah, we can give you a quick rundown on the point standings. I'll do the pros. You can do the AMs. How about that?
Sounds good.
Johan DeRoy currently leading by 110 points. So that's 11 positions if they're 10 points apiece. Maybe 6 positions because the pro points are a little bit different than the AM points. Max Bauer second, 110 back from Johan. Jason Phillips third, 76 points back from Max. And Shay McNeely, who's not here, fourth. Justin Thaler and Steve Hansel in 5th and 6th.
Yeah, well, we got Sam Hubbard, who's your series leader, not here tonight, so he's going to give up some valuable points. You got David Warman in 2nd place, 47 points behind. He's got a decent spot. If I didn't see him on here, I don't know if he's even here either. We might have 2 of the 1 and 2 guys not even racing tonight, so that's going to give Glockner a nice give. He's only 122 points behind, so give him a finish. And
we're green. Sorry, Aaron.
Oh, you're fine.
Jason Phillips got a bump to Max Bauer and decided to spin himself out instead of taking Max Bauer out. But there goes Jason Phillips' start. We mentioned turn 1. You called it, Aaron. First night in the broadcast booth and already making predictions that come true. And Johan DeRoy went from 4th to 2nd. As Josh Bloom tucks into 3rd. We're watching the top 3. Max Bauer with the early lead over his teammate, Johan DeRoy. And 3rd is Josh Bloom. I know we say teammate, there's no real points, association for being teammates, but they're both Canadian and friends, and they do work together on practice during the week and different setups. I see Josh Bloom coming in the pits already, so he's going for a fast repair. That's unexpected.
Yeah, Johan definitely lucked on that one. You know, he's sitting 4th, coming out 2nd place right behind his teammate. It's going to definitely help him out starting from 4th. Josh Bloom going to be hurting himself. Dan Gish? Yeah, Dan. Oh, it looks like Dan Gish has gone off too. He's got a wreck going on.
Oh, no, he's in the pit or off track. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here it is. Here's a replay. Thanks, Colin.
Just overcooked at turn 1 a little bit. I just wanted to get a little spin out. Yep. Got those tires on the grass.
A little half spin and somebody caught him. He did a good job to actually get off track. I don't know if you noticed that, but he did pull away just to get off track and make sure that nobody else crashed into him and then wait for everybody to go by. So shout out to you, Dan Gish, for making sure nobody else involved or a dangerous rejoin.
We got Michael Odell running 4th place. That's your 1st place amateur right there. Shortly behind him is Justin. So you got 2 amateurs in the top 5. Looking good for them tonight.
Yeah, killer. So Josh Bloom actually had a drive-through penalty for maybe changing lanes on the start. I'm not sure exactly what his infraction was, but maybe he was in front. Max Bauer. But here we go, riding with Michael Odell, as you mentioned, the top AM, and he had a great run last week. Oh, okay. Thank you, Colin. This was a drive-through penalty from last week. Is why Josh Bloom had to do a drive-through. So yeah, that's taken care of.
Mike Odell, last week's winner, is sitting 1st right now in the amateur. Just going to help him out.
Yeah, 4th in the whole field. So next season, I expect a shakeup in the pros and AMs. This is the first season the Midwest Motorsports has separated or had two divisions racing on the track at the same time. So a little bit of unknown there as far as who's a pro and who's an AM based on just two pre-season races. And I'm not sure exactly how they did it, but I think they've done a pretty good job, and it turned out to be fun to watch the season progress through these 8 races.
Yeah, some of these amateur guys are pretty quick, so we'll see them. I'm sure we'll see them get their pro license here pretty soon on the next season.
You know, and that's a feather in the cap, right? Bragging rights. You know, I mean, there's no disrespect to any AM or pro. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're better than anybody else. You know, in this league, everybody's competing. We're all having fun. We're not racing for money. We're just having a good time and enjoying it. As you can ride with Justin Thaler here. They go through the one and only left-hand turn and headed now towards the right hand. Is no name straight at one point. I'm not sure if it has a different nickname now for the right hand in the uphill. And this is where some of the Can-Am cars and some of the replays I've seen, I watched this week, can really catch some air, and that's the reason they put the chicane in there before that uphill right, is because they were just really catching air and it was getting really dangerous. Especially some of those big V8 Can-Am cars from the early 70s, early 80s.
I'm hoping to see somebody here tonight can get some air. I'd see him come out there pretty quick. Maybe give a couple more miles an hour, you get a foot off the ground.
Yeah, that's right. So with all of the right-hand turns, Aaron, I wonder if, I don't know how many practice laps you were getting, as we're watching a replay here of Jason Phillips working his way through traffic. I don't know, he might have bumped somebody. Kevin Mayer now. Oh, getting it wrong. Oh, I hope he had his seatbelts on tight, because that was a nosedive right in the tire barrier straight to the pits. No, are we getting a replay here? What happened, Aaron? Talk us through it.
Yeah, it looks like he might have overcooked a little bit. I think he might have dipped those left tires on the grass, and you get those tires and oh no, he didn't. He just got a little too much curb there. Sent him over, and don't know if you tried to gas out of it or try to lock it down, but yeah, man, nosedive right into the tires isn't going to feel good tomorrow.
Yeah. Hopefully, Excedrin got a headache with Excedrin written all over it.
Yeah, correct.
Here we go. Steve Hansel and Michael Odell. Steve Hansel is a pro, Michael Odell the AM, but this is, again, for bragging rights. Good to see Steve Hansel right now in third, back from a week off. Not racing for points, but definitely for track position, because right behind Michael Odell is his competition, Justin Glickner. As you can see and hear the over rev as they go over the hill. Maybe we'll do a whole lap with Michael Odell. Aaron, you want to give us the lap as we chase down Steve Hansel?
Yeah, so I know we got this right-hand turn here that's coming off the start straight. Michael Odell is not going to waste any time here. If Shane,
Steve Hansel?
Steve Hansel, I'm sorry. Yeah, if Steve Hansel is kind of holding him up, he's going to give Glockner a chance to get on his rear more, and he doesn't want that. So he's going to try to make the move here as they start going through the S's. Then one and only left, as you said before. I'm pretty sure he's going to want to get him on this uphill, downhill section, because he doesn't want to waste any time back behind Steve. No disrespect to Steve and all, but Glockner's hot on Odell's tail, and he's going to not want to get that position up. He's got valuable points to gain here, and he wants to stay the leader. He's going to have to keep up front in front of him. You got him coming down here over the downhill. Hansel taking a little bit curve. Odell following him pretty well. Looks like Steve got some time on him though, so hopefully Michael might have had a little mistake. Bring it back together, and that's your short 50-second lap right there.
Yeah.
Just like as fast as it starts, it's over, man. We're used to these 2.5 minute laps. These guys only got less than a minute. They're going to be running a lot of laps today.
Absolutely awesome. And so I don't know how many laps you got in practice, Aaron, but I wonder if, because you can change 2 tires in about the time it takes for 30 minutes of fuel, do you change just the left side tires instead of changing both fronts? Do you change the left front and the left rear?
I would bet some money some people are going to take just left today.
Yeah.
We'll see who does that, because it's all about strategies. Who wants lefts and who wants fronts or rears.
1.53 miles in less than a minute, 50 seconds, as a matter of fact. 1956 is when the Lime Rock track held its first race. A repave in 2008. Natural road course, not a lot of runoff room, like we saw with Michael Odell. I mean, it didn't take much for him to go off. Here we're watching Taylor Montague in the AM division look up at Francis Faustino with Jason Phillips. After going all the way to the back, has worked his way up to 11th. So look at Jason Phillips if you can. I don't know if you can see the roof of his Porsche there. He's got a new livery courtesy of his paint scheme. It says, I love Justin's. And I don't know if there's an S on there, but Justin Thaler and Justin Glickner both get shout outs for the I love Justin's on Jason Phillips' roof there of the Porsche. But he's just watching right now, Taylor Montague and Francis Faustino. Francis Faustino got some practice this week and was happy about his lap times. Currently, let's see, 9th overall with 3 AMs ahead of him. Taylor Montague looking inside the Sam Posey straight. Got him.
Get it done.
Faustino allows it to happen. I say allows it. He put up a fight, but didn't want to risk hurting his own lap times. One of Jason Phillips going to have as easy a time since they're both racing in the same division.
Yeah, I think Francis is going to try to put up more of a fight here with Jason coming hot on his tail. Maybe he'd want to see what Tyler was doing to follow some of his lines, see if he can get any tips and tricks on where to run.
Did you race your AM drivers different than the pro drivers?
Most definitely. Like if I had a pro driver with me, my whole mission was to watch their line, study it, and see if it was the same car, because each car got different handling on it. Some of the Porsches can brake a lot later than some of the big Astons and Mercedes. So we see Jason here taking this inside line to Francis now, making a pretty short work of it. So he wanted to make sure that hurried up. But yeah, man, like I said, the Porsches, you can brake way later than you can some of the Mercedes and Astons. And just depends on what your car has. You got a lighter car, less or more braking later, and then you have a heavy car, you got to brake a lot sooner, but you have that horsepower speed. So we'll see these cars handle. And racing the amateurs, when you're in your own class, you want to hustle and stay with them, and then when you have the pros with you want to make sure that you're not holding them up to ruin their race, but also try to follow their line and see what you can get from them.
So we see Josh Bloom now trying to get her back around Francis Faustino. Josh Bloom has served his drive-through penalty. So Josh Bloom currently 12th overall. No change up front. Max Bauer has stretched out to a 4-second lead over Johan de Roy. So you're not missing anything. Here's Jason Phillips. Not this time. I don't know if I saw a blinking of his lights there, but man, Jason Phillips has definitely changed his big-ass fans livery around a little bit. I see his name on the side skirt. Everything looks good. Jason Phillips working Taylor Montague. See if he can get him. He built up speed to get around Francis right in this section in the uphill, and he carried it through the downhill. There he goes. And you could hear it over rev side by side now into the West Bend and got him. Oh, Taylor Montague wants to fight back.
Yeah, he wants that spot back. But Jason's going to lock that down. He's going to try to set his sails for, he's got Nicholas in front of him, but Justin Glocker, his next competition, he's got about 5 seconds behind that. So he's got a little bit more work to do. He's been working pretty good getting back from that first lap spin. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Justin get up here pretty soon.
Yeah, amazing. Jason Phillips, that's right. Only 20 seconds behind the leaders after that complete spin and all the way to the back of the pack. So good work for Jason Phillips. Again, qualifying third. So no doubt that he's faster cars. Here's Josh Bloom now working Taylor Montague. You can see the air underneath these cars. I like this view. Maybe we'll ride with them one more time as we go through the uphill.
I think they're getting a little bit of air right here.
Oh yeah.
Maybe the slightest bit, but I remember seeing one of these laps earlier. Here we go. We got Josh making the move. Trying to.
Mercedes versus Mercedes.
Boom. Locking it down.
Give it to him. Pro versus AM. So not necessarily in anything other than their designation that they chose that they were assigned at the beginning of the season. It's the only thing separating them is just a decision by the admins to decide who goes to Pro and Am. So Josh Bloom laying down the rubber. We'll see if he's. I wonder if there's tire fall off too. I don't know how many laps you got, Aaron, again, but if you noticed any tire fall off, and at what point we start to worry about tire wear and the handling of the car change.
Yeah, I didn't put in nearly enough laps that these guys are gonna put in to see how much the tire wear went off. I got about 5 or 6 and didn't lose that much. So again, these guys are well faster than me. They're running a couple seconds faster. So definitely they're gonna be pushing the envelope a little bit more than I would. And wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing some fall off here in the next 10 minutes or so.
Yep, right on. Speaking of fast laps, Josh Bloom just did a purple lap, 51.6 to. Let's see, Max Bauer, your leader, 51.84. So 0.2 faster for Josh Bloom.
He's looking to catch. He doesn't want to let Jason get away from him.
Yeah, great point. Keep Jason in your sights. Did you drive all of the different cars before the season started? I know you said you weren't thrilled with your Aston Martin choice, but Max Bauer, current leader, is in Aston Martin.
You know, I didn't have a chance, and also I gotta buy all the cars. I'm not too sure about buying cars. I'm never gonna race if I don't like them. So,
Good point.
you know, Max Bauer, I'm sure he's got plenty of time in here. I had a lot of fun in the GT3s and these GT4 cars. They're a little bit slower, but a lot heavier. So it didn't sit very well with me, and I figured to come up here and give you a little help and hang out with you. You make this look so much more fun. I think it would be more fun to do this than race out there with these guys. It's stressful out there, man.
I bet. Well, speaking of stress, Jason Phillips has been patient getting around Nicholas Calguru. However, that has allowed Josh Bloom to get up right behind him. So this battle for Jason Phillips in the white and yellow Porsche, Josh Bloom in the white Mercedes, as they run down one of the few BMWs in the Midwest Motorsports League. Calguru was wide, allowing Jason Phillips to go through or not. Again, Jason Phillips avoiding any contact. So shout out to Jason Phillips, but it's definitely compromised his exit there on the left. Now we go towards the uphill. Let's see if do the no-name straight. I think at one point it was also called the Andretti straight. Mario Andretti. But here, Jason Phillips needs to get around Calguru, get away from Josh Bloom. He's turned the fastest lap today. And here we go down the downhill. Calguru, not known for just pulling over and letting anybody go. He's under no obligation to do so, but he doesn't lose any points. Here goes Josh Bloom, seeing the opportunity to get any crossover to Jason Phillips, to block Jason Phillips and let Calguru see the block. There he goes. Phillips lets him go.
And you see Josh Bloom. I don't think I saw very much taillights in that turn.
Right, just rolling speed through the middle of that corner.
It was how much time he doesn't waste here with Nicholas in front of him.
Right. I don't know. The chrome horn comes through on the ovals a little more. This is the bull ring of the road courses. Let's see if Josh Bloom wants to use the chrome horn. Sacrifice maybe a 2 or a 3 or 4X to get around him.
That BMW's not going to move out of the way. I'm sure Josh won't have any problems giving him a little push.
A lot of curb there. That's going to upset the car. Now Jason Phillips needs to take advantage and get through with Josh. Let's see if Jason Phillips can stuff his Porsche down inside the BMW as well. Get in there, Jason. Nope, not yet.
Oh,
there he goes. He gets held up. Yep. Jason Phillips needs to get around Calguru. No more Mr. Nice Guy if it was me, but that's why I'm in the booth and not on the track. Well.
Oh, that's a big old track there. That's going to slow him down big time. This is Jason's chance to capitalize.
Get in there, Jason. No. Just being patient. A lot of respect for Jason Phillips. He's earned a lot of respect from the other drivers. And this is just another example why. But meanwhile, Josh Bloom gaining points every lap that goes by. Jason Phillips falls farther back. Again, thanks to Colin Huffman for working these great cameras to follow the race. They just crank out lap after lap after lap. We're on lap 20 and just barely 18 minutes in.
Tell you what, we got another good battle coming up here. We got Thaler and Justin Fedorowski. They're within half a second of each other. They're battling pretty well too. We got battles all over the track.
That's awesome. Hard not to play favorites. Here we go. Justin Thaler in the McLaren, black front, white in the middle, papaya, orange in the back. And like you said, Justin Fedorowski, not sure if he's still rocking the student driver livery on his Porsche, and he is. I see it. Total, gotta love that. So yeah, let's watch this battle as Justin Fedorowski. Oh, missed turn one.
Got the commentator's curse. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Justin.
That happens. There he goes. There he gets what happens. Max Power.
Oh,
gets around.
Taking a white again.
Being a nice guy to let the leaders by and cost him a couple more spots. But again, Dan Gish showing some respect. Shout out to Chris Hopper for pulling over and slamming on the brakes to let Bloom go. And now to let Jason go. Just pull over and let everybody go. Chris, come on. This is a race.
You don't gotta pull over, Chris. You just gotta get a little bit out of the way for the big guys. I don't know if he's having problems with his car. Maybe he's not firing all cylinders.
Maybe he lost his drink. He lost a drink bottle in the. Had to tie his shoelace or something. I'm not sure why he stopped, but it's all good. He had to stop and read a book. I think that's what it is. He's had to stop and edit his new upcoming book he's got coming out. I don't know if you know, Christopher Hopper is a renowned science fiction author. Did you know that about Hopper?
No, I certainly did not.
I'm not lying. I'm not making this up. You can't make this stuff up. Shout out to Christopher Hopper. He's a science fiction author. He's got a series of books, 4 or 5 volumes. I tried to read it. I couldn't keep up. Letters in each word. But that's just my personal preference. But yeah. So he got a letter back from his editor and he had to respond to it right quick. Send a text and he didn't want to text and drive. So he decided to pull over and let everybody go there. Shout out. Good for you, Chris Hopper. So we'll see you again battling.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Mrs. Hopper as well as some sort of singer, country singer maybe?
Yeah, musician, artist. Had a release out a couple of weeks ago, so.
Oh, he had to update that Spotify playlist.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Oh, let's see. We got Thaler going up here again. Okay. Well, Thaler's broke away from Fedorowski a little bit, so. What do we got here?
Andrew Miller on the downhill on the start-finish straight. Runs wide. Does he save it? I got it.
Oh,
here comes the leader, Max Power.
Leaders too. That is scary.
He might have been looking in his rearview mirror as he was coming down that final turn.
Look at that. You're only 21 minutes in and you've already got some people getting lapped just by naturally on track. You know, they've had small mistakes, but that's all it takes is one little mistake and you can lose a lap just like that. We're not even, we're barely a third of the way through the race and you got cars laps down already.
Without a pit, yeah. Before the pit stops. There, we got more guys going wide, Gish going wide. Oh, Thaler through. Now, Justin Fedorowski say, hey, don't forget me back here. And who's in front of Gish? That was the race for position, I believe.
Who's in Gish? Let's see.
Yeah, Herbert, the green.
Herbert, yep. It's a recent entry in this season. That's nice to see another car out there.
I agree, 100%.
Josh Williams not for position, just getting into some extra pace. Oh, looks like he's diving the pits here.
Coming into pit.
Maybe he's trying to do that undercut because it's only 22 minutes in. I'm sure.
Right.
I'm sure he's got his math right. I wouldn't put it up by Josh Williams. He's been running the fastest lap all race, and maybe he's trying to get that undercut, save the whole race in front of him. Trying to get out. He's probably getting out of the way of it, the traffic in front of him. Once he get a clear track, make some time up.
Great point. Don't want to lose time behind somebody. Here's a replay. We're riding with Justin Fedorowski. Again, running off driver's left just a little bit as he still tries to work around Keith Hurlbut. Cal Guru here. The BMW, have you driven the BMW? You have it?
I drove his BMW slightly. I did it for one of the open lobbies, the open sessions, and the online racing, just to give it a try. It was a good car. Just I don't think I put enough time in it to actually give it the real try. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, Nicholas Calaguru is one of the only drivers I've seen that's run the BMW as of recent.
That's a great point. Got that here somewhere.
He is one of two, and we've only had one driver, but he was only here for one race. So I believe he's going to be the sole Mercedes-Benz driver for the rest of the league.
BMW. Calgary is the sole BMW driver. Well, and I think there was somebody else in the BMW, but they're not racing tonight for sure.
Yeah, they've only made one race, so I'm not sure if they're taking a little hiatus. But Calgary, I noticed he's been the sole BMW driver for a while now. So I see he's still got a mix-up of cars out there, right? You got all the other cars, so it's every manufacturer still racing, which is good news.
Agree. Here we are with Francis Faustino, yellow wheels in his Porsche, and he's currently 11th. You got it. Francis is looking up at Taylor Montague on the track, and building time little by little as they get into it. And while we're at it, I want you to grab your cell phone, and we're going to throw a QR code up on the screen, help you learn about everything Midwest Motorsports. So grab your cell phone out, and Aaron and I are going to take a quick 30-second break. Unleash the racer in you with Midwest Motorsports. Feel the adrenaline, embrace the excitement, and join a thriving community that's as passionate about sim racing as you are. Our social channels bring you closer to the action, offering a driver's seat to the competition and an all-access garage pass to the latest results, news, and updates of all 4 Midwest Motorsports leagues. Don't just be a spectator, join the excitement. Scan the QR code to turn the key and ignite your competitive spirit. Follow Midwest Motorsports and plug into a community that's as passionate about sim racing as you are. Scan the code on the screen or find us at midwest-motorsports.com today. All right, welcome back. Once again, everything Midwest Motorsports on your screen. We're watching a replay now of Andrew Miller going wide to let the battles go as he exits turn 2 and just gets off track, trying to be the nice guy and let everybody go, and pays fortunate penalty. Thank you. I think that was Kevin Mayer who let Johan DeRoy go. Appreciate you, Kevin. Johan DeRoy as now 5 seconds behind Bauer. Closest battle on the track is still Justin Thaler and Justin Fedorowski. The We Love Justins battle. Here they go, tightening up as we're coming up on the pit stops.
Yeah, we're coming to battle of the top Justins here. Which one will prevail?
That's right, the battle of the Justins. We'll ride with Fedorowski and see if he gains any time. Oh, nice. Up the hill, little wider on the exit than Thaler was. Thaler playing it safe. No curb there for either one of these guys. They go down the downhill. Let's see how much curb they take here. A little bit for Fedorowski. Got traffic up ahead. Gosh, I mean, you're pretty much in traffic every corner now, it seems, at this point in the race.
You got Fedorowski running 2/10 faster than Justin. That way they closes up on turn 1. That's a pretty late break there. That's the power of the old porch braking they got there.
Little touch of the brakes as Thaler in the McLaren up ahead. Helps the car rotate a little bit. 51 with the drive-through. That is Nicholas Calguru. I believe that 15x is the limit for drive-through. If you get 15x or more in the same race, you serve drive-through in that race. Is that right, Aaron?
Yes, that is correct.
I believe that's what that's for. But here comes Thaler and Fedorowski on, that's Hurlbut, I believe. Thank you, Keith. Thaler's the first one to come up on the traffic to let him know, is that advantage for Fedorowski here?
Yeah, you know, Thaler's gonna have to come up through the traffic, and usually when you got traffic in front of you, they see the first car, it takes a little time to get out of the way, but then shortly after that second car is able to get through pretty quick most of the time.
Go through the no-name straight, down the uphill again. Yeah, Thaler definitely going more the middle of the road there on that uphill, taking a lot of curve that time. Feeling the pressure. Were you the guy that drives in your mirrors as well, or kind of try to stay focused forward? Aaron, what was your driving style?
Oh man, you got to look at where you're going. You spend too much time looking behind you. It's when you make your mistakes and you miss your braking points, or you take the turn too wide or too much curb. You pay attention to what's in front of you and race ahead, and let the guy behind you make the pass. You know, you see him coming up in your mirrors and he gets up there faster and makes a dive to the inside. Well, you know, hold your line, maybe give a little bit of room so that way you don't take both yourselves out.
And speaking of coming up behind you, don't want to take both of you out. That's a great point. Thanks, Aaron. Speaking of coming up behind Jason Fedorowski is Jason Phillips. So yeah, Justin Fedorowski is about to have some pressure coming here. This will be for fifth. Thaler is fifth in class, right?
We got Justin Glockner in front of Justin Fedorowski and Justin Thaler. I would just see Thaler take off the pits. We had a battle of three Justins right there.
Jason Phillips. Oh, Gluckner, yeah.
Yeah, Gluckner was just in front of the other Justins.
Three Justins. I love Justins. We love Justins too, Jason. All right, here we go. Let's see if Jason Phillips can get around Fedorowski. And I'm also curious to see Justin Thaler at about, what happened to Taylor Montague? But don't forget, Justin Thaler went in the pits with about all he's been around.
Oh no, he probably took too much curb, just like they did last time earlier in the race. Kevin Mayer hit the curb.
That's right.
You can see it. A little bit of curve there. That's all it took just to upset it.
And stayed in the gas and couldn't quite catch it. Give the position to Francis Faustino.
Probably why we're seeing the Justin's not hitting any of that curb when they're going through that one.
Right. So let's see when Justin Fedorowski goes into pit. Where
Fedorowski went in now.
Yep. So let's see if Thaler can stay out in front, extend his lead, or if Fedorowski comes back out of the pit with the lead and does the cut. And it looks like Jason Phillips stays out.
Yeah, it's I believe the top six is not pitted yet, so they'll probably be coming here with the next lap or so. I wouldn't put it past them.
31,
I don't know how much they can save here, but you got them running full power still within the 50 seconds. Here they come.
He's out. Fedorowski is out ahead of Justin Thaler. So if you can't pass him on the track,
pass him in the undercut.
The overcut. Justin Fedorowski stayed out one lap longer. Thaler came in first. So now Justin Fedorowski has got cold tires if he changed. Maybe he didn't change. And that's why maybe he pulled out of the gas tank. Told the gas man to pull out before he finished. And shorten up your pit stop a little bit. That time I wish I had pit times. If that's the channel, I'll look for it. But yeah, give the position to Fedorowski.
It would be nice if you see the times. It'd be nice if you see what tires they took too. Maybe he only took a front left instead of the whole lefts at all. Oh, runs are wide in turn one. It's gonna let Thaler catch up pretty good. Give him a little chance. Running on board with Taylor here. You got the white, black, and papaya McLaren. Always like seeing that car out there.
Yeah, here it is. Pit time. Justin Taylor, 26.57. Justin Fedorowski, 25.95. So just 1.5 seconds. So it took, as we were with John Aslan, sideways, trying to control that counter steer.
Oh.
And missed it. At our replays are, we're gonna have a little bit of trouble. That's a pit entrance. Oh, and Francis Faustino got held up. John Aslan quickly goes to the pits, but here we are with Justin Taylor again. But yeah, tough break for Francis Faustino. As he was coming into pit, John Aslan was trying to sort his car out. It's one of those things that's held Francis Faustino. Francis Faustino is pretty quiet, I would say, as far as action on the track. He just gets on with his business and does his thing and doesn't cause a ruckus or a fuckus, and just kind of gets in the middle and just kind of does his thing. I don't know if that's a word. I think I just made up a couple of words there, but doesn't cause trouble, just minds his own business. And Francis Faustino getting the job done.
Oh no, looks like John Aslan. He's got himself a little meatball. He's got to go in the pits and get the whole thing fixed up now. 51 has a drive-through. Oh, so we have another drive-through for the 51 Caliguru. Second drive-through. Wonder if that's in. He might have had an IPL drive-through, and then now he's got his 15X. So he might have to serve two. I know racing back then, he would have to serve one before a certain amount of time. Maybe that's from his instance from the collective league, and then he might have got another 15. So it's not going to help his overall instant counter. Now he's got to do another drive-through, so that's not going to help his times out anymore. Sitting second too in the points for amateurs.
Yeah, that's going to hurt. He didn't serve it this time, as he's got Josh Bloom behind him. Josh Bloom does the crossover. That's a bait and switch. I love it. Classic slide job crossover move, right?
Very, very classy. Get in there, take the line a little different from him, then just line that car up straight and take the full pedal down. He's got the Mercedes powers underneath him. I'm sure he's gonna manage that turn.
Yeah, exactly. Full credit to Josh Bloom there, showing why he's up front and qualifying well, as well as racing well. 51 is no more penalties, so that's good. But still running wide. And look at this. Francis Faustino working Adrian Fedorowski. So Justin's brother, as I was talking about Francis Faustino kind of doing his own thing, here he is, moving up a spot. Give the position to Francis Faustino, and that is a position in class. So Faustino now, which is way in the top 6 in class.
They gotta be coming in pretty soon. We saw earlier, we have an accident coming up. Aslan, maybe this is his meatball incident. What do you do?
Just landing on the uphill.
Oh. That was what sent him into the pits.
Yep, that's what gave him the meatball, sure. On the uphill, tried to slide it in there. That's the tires wearing out on those lefts. Let's see if Aslan is pitted already. 3 times he's been through the pits. So maybe he did change tires, and maybe they were cold, or maybe he's just filling out the car and put in there. Francis Faustino blinking a little bit there scared me. I haven't seen a lot of blinking issues, so that's good. It looks like everybody has got their technical stuff worked out. We have our first retirement, full-fledged retirement. John Aslan in the number 9 decides to call it a day. He'll be back next week. We hope you come back, John. Just tonight's not your night. We've all been there. Sometimes when it just doesn't go right, you just kind of got to pull the plug, right?
Yeah, that's right. You get flustered and frustrated out there. You just might give your time itself, and come back next week looking stronger. I see now we have Max Power has made his way into the pits. Looks like Johan might have stayed out an extra lap, so probably getting that time where we saw the driver earlier jump in at 22 minutes. So maybe they were able to pull 40 minutes out before they have to actually hit the pits. And as long as they reserve those tires, you got Jason Phillips falling behind him as well.
Yeah, Josh Bloom was the car.
Ooh, see the car go off in the back?
Missed it. Oh, yeah, he is.
Somebody in the wall.
He's right behind Faustino. Here we go.
Oh, Fedorowski.
Justin
No.
Fedorowski.
He got some air. That's what happened.
I got it. I don't got it. Yeah. He caught air. You're right.
You don't want to be coming up that hill sideways like that. Ooh,
Super slow-mo.
car.
Tank slapper into the walls. Where's the FCP cam? Yep. Let's see. Here we go.
Here we go. Oh.
Super light. A little bit of counter steer.
Gets that
Not
back
enough to
end
save
super
it.
light.
Yep. It's gone. Trying to stay in the throttle a little bit too much. Trying to stay up there with Francis Faustino and misjudged it just a little bit. But Adrian Fedorowski, a real good racer. We're glad he's racing with us. And I'm sure this may not be his best track either, but we'll see him racing up front. We continue to ride with Francis Faustino, having a good run. He has pitted.
That's Johan DeRoy coming out in front of them.
All right, so.
And Max Bauer.
Max Bauer, did he stay in front of Johan?
Timing table since it says Michael Odell still hasn't pit yet. I wonder if he's coming in yet.
All right.
There he is. He's in the pit lane now. So you got Max Bauer still holding off Johan DeRoy. We'll see what the gap is when they come around the start straight.
There you go. 4.5 seconds. Looking up at Dan Gish. And he's in front. The FedEx Porsche. Is that Dustin Reinstedt?
Dustin Reinstedt, oh yeah.
There it is.
Running the classic NASCAR scheme on the old Porsche GT4.
Yep. Shout out to Dustin Reinstedt. Let's not understate all the work that Dustin Reinstedt does for US Motorsports League, all the social media stuff and the screenshots on the Discord thread all come from Dustin Reinstedt. The winning photos and the winning plaques, he does those from scratch. So even when he's not racing, he's actually a golf coach at university. So very busy man. Dustin Reinstedt.
No slouch. Yeah, he's no slouch. I mean, he's a multi race winner in the Oval Series, getting his feet wet here in the GT3 or GT4 cars. So while he's down there in Pikeville, Kentucky, professional Denny Hamlin impersonator, he does do really well in the Oval. So you just come in here racing out of his normal element and having a good time. Looks like he's up in 4th for the AM division right now. So holding his own. We can get some good points for tonight. Currently sitting in, not sure what position he's sitting right now.
13th overall.
13th overall, okay.
But yeah, you're like you said, 4th in the AM division, so definitely doing some cross training. Dustin, your series champion in the trucks division last season. So he's got a trophy by his name.
Dustin is making himself. He's in 10th overall in the series for the amateurs.
Sweet. Oh, Michael Odell trying to keep up with Steve Hansel. Goes around.
That is not good for him.
Yep, on the uphill as well. So Steve Hansel in third. Oh, he lost it before the uphill. He went around twice. He tried to save. Oh, man.
That is not going to bode well for your series points there right there. It's going to give Glockner, I believe it's going to give him the lead. Is he not there yet? Oh, he had a significant amount of time on Glockner, so it's going to bring Glockner right up on his tail. Not pitting after that accident, too. He only got some rear damage, so we'll see how that fares out from a little under 18 minutes left to go.
Yeah, thank you. Good point. Only 18 minutes to go. I mean, he's got to be feeling something. I'm sure there wouldn't be no damage. So his car can't be handling as good as it was. See, the gap is... Oh, my timing just went blank, but it's about 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, he's just like 2 seconds back, so we'll see how he handles with the extra braking. If that back end's going to slide out of on him, you got some rear damage. That might make that car a little more twitchier.
We made it through that time. So after a big wreck like that, take it more cautious. It looks like he threw it in there like he has every other lap. Still holding down 6th. But yeah, don't look now. Steve Hansel's still in 3rd.
And looks like we got Nicholas Caliguru. He's been DQ'd. He's gone over his instant for the race. That's a 30x.
Wow.
Oh, just like that, your 3rd place car out of the amateurs gets DQ'd.
Well, honestly, that's one thing that you do have control over, right? 30x. That's a pretty big cushion to have.
Yeah, this track, I'm not sure how it is coming up that uphill, but I know there's that grass section. I remember watching a couple of cars come up behind him, and I'd see his left sides on that grass. Maybe that gets him the X every single time, but it's 30. You can get away with 8 to 12. With not your accident with little spin outs or maybe some contact with people, but 30x, that's not going to bode well for his overall instant points, and then it's not going to help him with having to do another drive-through next week.
That's correct. Great point.
Got Christopher Hooper here. Hopper.
Yep, all good. Chris Hopper.
Oh, gonna pull it over again?
You got another text from his editor, or maybe? I know Jennifer Hopper's song came on the radio, and so he had to turn the volume up a little bit. He got it going. Some time to get the fight back with Kevin Merritt.
He's got Blum behind him, giving the flashers.
80 blinking him by. Josh Bloom goes right on by. Chris Hopper making all of the moves today. I think he just wanted some air time. That's one way to do it. We're glad Chris is in the group, man. He's a lot of character, a lot of fun into the Discord.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He's really a good racer, too. Just like you say, with 50-second laps, 5-0. It's about every 8 or 10 laps at a certain pace, you got somebody coming trying to get by, so...
Yeah, looks like Odell's not having too much trouble with his car. He's still holding about a 2-second lead over Glockner. We got Dan Gish catching Dustin. That's for 3rd place amateurs as we see Keith Hurbutt. Take a little too wide over here. No, stay off. Oh, and now when I come into another traffic like that, yeah, Gish, he's all on the Rhinestone's tail. Come on, Dustin, you got 3rd place right here. Let's go, buddy.
All right, so Dustin Reinstedel starting to sweat now a little bit, getting the pressure. Feeling the pressure from Dan Gish.
They're running very similar lap times. Rhinestone is only 5/500ths of a second faster, so not too far off the same pace. We'll see who's able to fare it out more. I'd much rather be the hunter than the predator, or I'd rather be hunting than chasing for sure.
Yeah. We got Porsche versus Porsche versus Aston Martin here. His banner even says Danny Hamlin impersonator.
Right, that's why I said earlier. You didn't get that earlier.
Oh, gosh. I don't know if he is Danny Hamlin's #1 fan, but he doesn't shy against it. And, you can pick worse drivers to be a fan of.
We're going to save this picture. Maybe I can send it to him. He can post in the old Twitter box and give a shout to Denny Hamlin, see if he gets a little thumbs up from him.
I love it.
Oh,
I wouldn't mind having a beer with Denny Hamlin. I bet it'd be fun. Oh, there they both get air coming up over the uphill. All good. Dan Gish, can he reel him in? Less than almost half a second now. They go down the final turn one more time. Dan Gish using all of the room on the exit to try to gain any advantage he can. Dustin Reinstedel holding him off very well. Front, no change. Max Bauer stretches out his lead, now 6 seconds over Johan de Roy. Steve Hansel feeling the pressure from Josh Bloom. Remember, Josh Bloom came in at just over 20 minutes after serving a drive-through. So Josh Bloom to be in 4th really knows this track, knows the circuit. So great recovery drive from Josh Bloom.
Jason Phillips up in 5th too after that first turn spin from taking himself out. I know he's back up there in 5th, so he's not too well. He's about 9 seconds back from Bloom, so he might be settling in. Bloom just has to hold it together and make sure he doesn't get any doesn't do any more damage to himself. And Steve Hansel right in front of Josh Bloom. Or
Yeah,
back they come.
There it is. This is the race for 3rd.
Overall,
Can he do it? I mean, Josh Bloom was running with Jason Phillips. Steve Hansel takes the inside lane and makes his presence known, saying, hey, I'm taking the inside and I'll just park it on the apex of the inside, make you go around the long way if you think you're that much faster. I do think it's inevitable. Josh Bloom has reeled him in. But again, Josh Bloom on the same set of tires that he came in at 20 minutes. So it's pretty amazing run for Josh Bloom to have worked his way through the entirety of the field after that first lap incident with Jason Phillips, where he got bumped a little bit, and then doing the drive-through. So Steve Hansel, after missing last week, doing a great job trying to hold on to 3rd. He's got 11 minutes to do it.
You got Josh Bloom over here. He's running just about a second faster lap, so Steve's got to hold on and make sure his line's known where
Matter of time.
Doesn't
there he
want
goes, hold the inside.
There it is. Oof.
Making him go the long way. Yeah. I'm not talking over you, Aaron. I'm talking with you, man.
Oh, no, I hear you.
This is an awesome race between these two veterans of the GT4 series. And Josh Bloom definitely has the faster car. Steve Hansel, not a rookie. So let's... Oh, he just goes wide on the uphill. Bloom does a great crossover, set him up for that one. That was classic Josh Bloom crossover. Steve Hansel now dips back in of the downhill. What a race. These guys are changing positions back and forth. This is for the final step of the podium. Side by side down the front straight one more time.
While you got this race going, you also got Dale and Glockner back there in the amateurs, and they're just as tight as these guys are. You got 1st and 2nd for amateurs going for you. You got 3rd and 4th going right now too. Like, these guys are battling all over the track right now.
Amazing racing with your Midwest Motorsports crew. Don't forget midwest-motorsports.com if you want to join the action. Here's the blimp cam as we watch Steve Hansel and Josh Bloom one more time. Bloom looking for a way around. Steve Hansel throwing blocks, headed towards the uphill. Crossover this time for Bloom.
Want to get that? Didn't want to get out there and let Bloom get a chance again.
But Bloom carrying a lot more speed through the West Bend. Downhill now. Let's see if look at that.
No.
Oh, too bad. Oh, takes the both out. Oh, Justin Fedorowski gets a piece of it. Steve Hansel also. Josh Bloom manages to stay on track.
Oh boy,
that's great for Steve Hansel.
That. Oh,
yeah, you can see the
off track too.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see the momentum build from the drone cam, especially as Bloom just reeled him in, going through West Bend and did not want to lift, going through the downhill. Just misjudged it by, that's all it took. And Jason Phillips got by also. So 2 spots in the pros down for Steve Hansel. Running so well.
You got to feel for, man. It's racing. They got less than 10 minutes left to go. These guys are wanting every position they can get. Josh Bloom sitting right now. He finished 4th last week, so a podium for him looking really good. That's what he's going to want to get. But he doesn't have clear sailing yet because he got Phillips right on his tail as well. Oh my lord, there's battling all over the place.
The bull ring of road courses. Do not go anywhere, but you can grab your seat, grab your cell phone. Michael Odell inside. Not this time. All right, grab your cell phone, learn everything Midwest Motorsports. Unleash the racer in you with Midwest Motorsports. Feel the adrenaline, embrace the excitement, and join a thriving community that's as passionate about sim racing as you are. Our social channels bring you closer to the action, offering a driver's seat to the competition and an all-access garage pass to the latest results, news, and updates of all 4 Midwest Motorsports leagues. Don't just be a spectator. Join the excitement. Scan the QR code. The turn the key and ignite your competitive spirit. Follow Midwest Motorsports and plug into a community that's as passionate about sim racing as you are. Scan the code on the screen or find us at midwest-motorsports.com today. All right, midwest-motorsports.com. Join the fun. Let's do it. Justin Glickner and Michael Odell. This is for first place in the AM division. Up the hill. Whoa, Glickner. If he had wings, I think he would take off. If both of his front wheels got off the ground that time, I'm pretty sure. Insane.
Let the camera work out. Let's do that, man. Here we go. Come on, Justin, get some air. There it is.
Oh, yeah, baby.
You almost got 3. I think you got 3 there. He might have got that right one off, too.
Oh,
The right
man.
rear. He is hanging out. He wants that one spot right there. Can I see some daylight?
All right, lap
Very
60.
close.
We got to tell Dustin Reinstedt, lap 60. Lap 60. Justin Glickner in the McLaren 21. Oh, look at that. It's gorgeous. Yeah. Steve Hansel getting some air also and getting sideways. So don't take the hats to victory lane. Don't take the hats to victory lane. Anything can happen. Yep. Speaking of, another drive-through. This time it's Taylor Montague.
Yeah, we had Christopher Hopper have to share one, too. He had to check in with his editor again.
Got it. Lots of drive-through, keeping race control busy. Shout out to Josh Watt, doing all kinds of juggling between the broadcast and the race control, working 3 computers remotely, and doing some crochet work as well at the same time I hear.
I wonder if Justin. Oh, he's going off track a little bit there. That's not going to help him. That's not going to bode well for him to get that first place. Come on, man. You got to lock it in.
Nope. There we go.
Now he's got Hansel on his tail, and Hansel is just in 5th in the pro division. He's not going to want to give Glockner any leeway. So Justin better get his foot down and race smarter. Catch up to Odell. He gave up 2.5 seconds within the lap.
Great catch, Aaron. Yep, he's gone. Now this fight is for position on track, but there's no points gained or lost by either one of these drivers. So Steve Hansel desperately wanting to get back in the fight for that top 4. Right now, currently 5th pros. Glickner trying to hold off Steve Hansel. Glickner might be better off following Steve Hansel to catch back up with Michael Odell.
If he lets Hansel through, Hansel can catch up to Odell and give him some draft, and maybe try to make Hansel or make Odell sweat a little bit and make him mess up. Ooh. Save it.
We both, good save, Justin, good save.
We already got your airtime picture, buddy. You can calm it down now.
Right? Don't want to get too close to that drive-through limit. As you mentioned before, Taylor Montague and Christopher Hopper have both since served their drive-throughs, and they are back in 17th and 18th respectively. It definitely costs 2 laps for Chris Hopper and Kevin Mayer 4 laps down.
Looking back now, we had that battle coming between Dustin and Dan Gish. Looks like Dan Gish had a little accident. I got him on a little crash, so he's set back 6 seconds from Reinstedt now. So Dustin's looking to get that 3rd place spot wrapped up. He's got to hold it together for another 3 more minutes here.
Another great catch. There's only 10 cars are on the lead lap. The last one on the lead lap. Oh, is that Odell going by? That's Hopper letting everybody go.
Hopper's got to check that speed.
Yep, that's right. So only 10 cars on the lead lap. Francis Faustino, the next one for Max Bauer to put a lap down. 7.25 seconds between Max Bauer and Johan DeRoy.
Yeah, it's been Max Bauer's day. I don't think he's. I mean, it's ever since the 20-minute mark, he's been well over 4 seconds. Given the pit strategy. Other than that, on track, he's had the number today.
Yep, he's gone. Again, don't get the hats to victory lane. I mean, everybody getting a little bit weary on tires, and you don't know what's going to happen. Looks like Glickner's reeling back in. Michael Odell, 1.3 seconds back now.
And he's got 2 minutes right here. You got 2 minutes plus, 2 minutes on a lap, right?
Yeah, so that's at least 3 laps.
All right, Justin, settle in there. Get your pace going. Hit your marks. That's all you got to worry about your race. Don't worry about the guy in front of you. Get your marks, and you're going to get this guy. You'll catch up. He's got, let's see, lap time wise. They're running about the same average lap time that last lap around, so.
Jason Phillips, 2.5 seconds behind Bloom. I think that's a gap too big to make up for. So this is the closest battle on the track right now between Steve Hansel, Justin Glickner, and Michael Odell. As Glickner still catching air, just taking all kinds of risk.
It's all that, he's lost all that weight from the fuel right there. He got some good air in that one.
Yeah, mid-engine.
Oh,
that's all 4 wheels.
That's definitely all
4 wheels off. Oh my God.
Lap 66, let's get that on the mark.
Yep, mark it down. Killer. McLaren, I guess the center of air. Oh man, that's just crazy. Hammer down. Trying to chase down Odell, but again, taking all kinds of risk. I mean, this is for second.
First place.
Yeah, that's for the win. You're correct.
First place for amateurs, man. He's got to send it. He's got probably coming up to about 1 lap here. Oh, another good air time. He is catching. He is within under a second now.
You're going to get 1 more lap. This one and 1 more. Coming down the hill. Oh, running wide.
Oh, way off track.
He has got the hammer down. He does not want to lift, and I'm okay with that.
You and me both.
Barney gives us the white flag. This is going to be the final lap. Max Bauer.
Max Bauer wrapping it up.
Takes the flag right at 1 minute and 9 seconds. Congratulations to Max Bauer. Here's Michael Odell for the AMs coming up on traffic. Is traffic going to play a factor? So you got Dan Gish. He doesn't have to pull over and let him by. Michael Odell's got to figure out a way to get by. Glickner in the back catching more air. But I don't think there's enough time, even if Gish holds him up. It's a race to the line. Michael Odell.
Turn here.
You call it to the line.
Here goes Michael Odell coming to the line with the last lap to go, and he's going to hold off Justin Glockner for first place, giving him the second first place in the row. If I'm not mistaken, he won last week too, so it's going to stretch his points out even more.
Right on. Top 4 are pros. Shout out to Max Bauer for the win. Johan DeRoy second. Josh Bloom with the drive-through. Stopped early and still only finished 28 seconds behind the leader. Jason Phillips finishes 4th. Steve Hansel was the top 5 in the pros. Justin Fedorowski finishes 6th in the pros. Justin Thaler 7th in the pro. Shout out to Francis Faustino, finishes 8th in the pro. Michael Zepp 9th in the pro. As far as the AMs, we got Michael Odell with the win, the Red Bull Porsche, Justin Glickner, and flying McLaren finishing 2nd, and 3rd was Dustin Reinstedel in the AM division. Looks like Michael Zepp is going to get the extra 10 points for the biggest mover. 8 positions gained from qualifying. And the purple lap goes to Josh Bloom. So hopefully we'll be able to talk to Max Bauer and Michael Odell. But yeah, shout out to everybody.
With that second place for Glockner, that's gonna, I'm pretty sure it's gonna put him up into first overall with Sam Hubbard and David Warman being out.
Yeah, great point. So all to play for in the championship as we go into this off week. And we have the leader of the AM division, Michael Odell, in the Red Bull Porsche. Congratulations on your AM win here at Lime Rock. Michael, were you feeling some pressure there at the end?
I definitely was. The only thing that kind of eased the pressure was seeing him with not once but twice coming onto the start-finish straight, seeing how much he would either scrub or the 2 times just going straight off, of how desperate he was to claw back that place after he saw I had damage.
Yeah, that's
It
right. That
definitely
wasn't the first time you spun either. I mean, I remember seeing a half spin and a collision with the barrier in the West Bend before the downhill earlier in the race as well, right?
No, I didn't hit the other barrier. It was the uphill. I had the brake bias 2 clicks back from the previous stint. So when I put all the fuel in the front, all that weight and having the same brake bias, it ended up just kicking the rear out, and my best bet was just stay full throttle and try to at least slow it down as much as I could to continue.
That's right. That's right. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah, it looks like you really just slung it in there on the uphill and got away from you. But so anyway, great recovery, man. You did a great run. Well-deserved points for you too. And looks like with a couple of guys missing from the race today, looks like you're ready to move up a couple more points in the championship. So congratulations again. What do you think about the Lime Rock track and today's race? All in all, man.
All in all, I would be willing to say that the McLaren had a lot more pace on me in the Porsche. The only thing with the Porsche that with Lime Rock, it's nicer than Sebring. Sebring, it was too bumpy. This track, the car is very light, so curbs are a very big threat to stability, especially later on. And as the fuel started to run out, he definitely had pace on me, but the only thing at the start was maintaining the lead and using as much lap traffic as I could while I had the upper hand at the first half of the fuel stint. And then the second half, doing everything I could to preserve it and not really push too hard to where I would start losing any time afterwards.
Well, I'd say it worked out perfect, man. Congratulations on a back-to-back win for Michael Odell. Congratulations, Michael.
Thank you very much.
All right, off week next week, and then we'll see you at Road Atlanta.
Can't wait to be there.
All right, look forward to it. The winner for the pros, Max Bauer. Max, I've talked to you a couple of times. Congratulations on a start to finish, flag to flag victory. Congratulations.
Hello, James. Thanks for having me. Yeah, was a great race. Pretty tough. Slightest mistake and your time was off. Had a great time at the beginning. A pity that Joshua had his drive-through penalty because he was quicker than me pace-wise, as far as I noticed. But yeah, everything worked out great for me. Pit, everything. Can't complain, but still sweating.
Yeah, I'm sure there had to be some pressure. And with such a short lap, 50 seconds, and you're right, Bloom got you on the purple lap, so he'll get a couple extra points there. But with such a short lap, it seems like traffic became a factor pretty early. Only 10 cars finished on the lead lap. So what was it like going through the traffic? And
it was very difficult to go through the traffic because it started very, very early, like, I don't know, lap 18 or something, and first back markers to overtake. And I knew Johan is right behind me. If I do a little mistake or it takes me a little bit too long to overtake the back marker, then it could have hurt me. But in the end, everything worked out perfectly fine. Can't complain. Shout out to everyone. Great job.
Yeah, I was going to ask for any more shout outs, and also enjoy your time off next week. We go to Road Atlanta the following week for a sprint and a feature next week. So any thoughts about your off week? What are you going to do to put your feet up? Are you going to take a vacation to Monaco or south of France? And then what about Road Atlanta after that?
I think I will take the off week just to relax a little bit. Have a little bit of stuff to do in real life. And yeah, Road Atlanta, have to practice that one. Everything which is situated in the United States is pretty difficult for me. Let's put it this way.
Yep. Well, we look forward to seeing you do it, Max. You are definitely putting your name in the hat for the series championship. So we look forward to seeing how the whole season plays out. Don't forget, we get 2 drops. So a little bit early to talk about that, but you're definitely on the right track, man. Congratulations on another great win, Max.
Thank you very much, James. Thanks for having me.
All right. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Of course. Anytime.
Right. And that's a wrap from Lime Rock. again, Aaron Holroyd. Aaron, it's been great having you in the booth tonight, man. Look forward to some more if you want. The door's always open, and maybe we'll see what we can do about doing some oval racing as well for you in the future.
Yes, sir. It's a great time to be here. Love watching these guys race, and it's nice to get to kick back, relax, and not have to worry about Max coming up behind me and trying to get out of his way and not make a mistake in front of him. So it was good to see those guys race. They had a lot of fun. We had flying McLarens out there, and we had spinning Red Bulls. So we'll look forward to see them not next week, but the week after at Road Atlanta. And I will most likely want to be back here. It's fun to be up here with you guys and watch you guys race your hearts out.
Yeah, I can't agree more, Aaron. The Midwest Motorsports GT4 cars definitely put on a great show tonight. We saw 4 wheels off on purpose. We saw some very fast cars, some spin-outs, some chrome horns, and I'd expect more of that in the future. Midwest-motorsports.com if you want to join in on the action. It's where to go to get signed up. Until then, we're taking next Tuesday off. There's the QR code one more time if you want our link tree to all of our socials. Don't forget to like and follow everything on the social media side, and we'll look for you in 2 weeks on Tuesday nights. All right, James Johnson, Aaron Holroyd, Colin Huffman working the cameras. Great job, Colin. And Josh Watt, thanks for joining us. We'll see you in 2 weeks on Tuesday for road racing.